So here we have Salima, and this is another one of our post-training interviews. So Salima, shall we take it from the beginning? Because you arrived like 3 years ago, I reckon.
2020.
Right? Yeah, like just after the first release of lockdown, right? So before that point, you were doing a lot of kind of Asian-inspired practices, right? Kundalini yoga and stuff like that.
Yeah, really
What were you up
into
to?
the Kundalini yoga, basically. And it was actually one of my classes was cancelled that day online, and that's what brought me to your class, which I'd never even thought of doing.
Wow. So what got you into the Kundalini, first of all? Like, had you done stuff like that before?
I'd just been doing Pilates, really, and I went to one of these places where you can try out loads of different yogas, and I just tried it once, and I was just like, wow, I could just feel the power. There was just so much power, and just so amazing.
You could feel it in your body?
Yeah, I could feel it in my body.
Like the energy?
I could feel the energy, and it had more impact on me mentally as well, so much clarity, and it's just, power both ways, I think, and I just felt that it had so much energy to it compared to any other yoga that I tried, Vinyasa. It was like Vinyasa is more like you're doing an exercise, whereas Kundalini is like for your body, your soul, your spirit, everything, it's like very much more holistic. I mean, I know other yogas probably are as well, but just
you really connected
something more and there's not just movement, it's chanting, breathing,
right,
meditation involved, so it is more than just an exercise, actually.
Yeah. Were you doing that before COVID?
No, well, just before COVID I started,
right.
But then I really hit it hard because so much more, many classes were accessible,
right.
Because you could do it online, there wasn't much available in Oxford, so suddenly I was doing 5 classes a week, powering up.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
And had you done any martial arts before in your life?
Nope.
What was your view of martial arts earlier on in life? Did you have a view, or just never crossed your path?
Didn't really cross my path. It seemed like it's quite a cool thing, sort of thing. That's about it, really. I could see, when you just see the typical, what you imagine Tai Chi to be, it just looks really calming, and that was probably my view. It's like, really good for balance of body and mind, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, so like you said, you kind of came to us in no kind of planned way, but maybe the universe had a plan for you.
I think it
you
did,
you had a cancelled class, and was it Pog or who invited you along?
Yeah, Pog,
your
we
friend,
were just finishing work, and he said, oh, well, why don't you come to this? And I was like, okay. And when I came, I thought, I knew it was Tai Chi and then Kung Fu, and I thought, I'll do the Tai Chi, but I wasn't prepared to do the Kung Fu because I thought that's totally out of my sort of abilities and sort of set. And so, I really enjoyed the Tai Chi we did. And then I'd like to push myself a little bit, and so even though I thought no, because I've not always been so physically confident, when it comes to sort of harder stuff. And so at the end of the class I just thought, come on Salima, do it.
Stay on.
And I was really pleasantly surprised when I did the Kung Fu, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, and thought, this is what I need to be doing.
And it's important to know that you'd be travelling like 40 minutes, maybe more, an hour, because the traffic to get to, that's quite a commitment.
Yeah.
So obviously after that first session, there was something there that drew you back?
Oh, totally.
What was it for you?
Well, I loved the Tai Chi. It's just a really lovely combination, like having that calm sort of starter, and then moving into I think the Kung Fu was especially revelationary for me, and it was just really lovely to move my body in that way, and sort of so much more expressive, and just putting that energy in there, and wasn't doing anything. I haven't, in fact, in my life, not really done anything much that's particularly cardiovascular as well, and I knew I needed that. So, and it just sort of made me feel a lot more capable and what I'm capable of, and that I have got capability within me that I didn't know I had.
Amazing.
Which was nice.
So then there's kind of coming along.
And the group, of course. I could feel that straight away, you know.
Did you?
Just just really, really warm and no judgment, and just, you know, every group's different, but it's just such a nice feeling.
Oh, that's good to hear. And then obviously then you had to, you know, you kept that connection when we had subsequent lockdowns and things, right? And we were back indoors training like that. You kept coming along, which was amazing. So what then took you from coming, you know, weekly in Oxford, decided that you wanted to come to China and train full time for 2 weeks? That's quite a big decision.
It wasn't even a question.
Really?
No question.
Because I know you've been to Asia before and stuff, right?
Yeah, so I just, well, for a start, I love adventure. I love anything exciting. I just want to do it straight away. So the minute it came up, there was no, oh, shan't I? It was just like, I'm doing that. Let's go.
Amazing.
So yeah, just the opportunity to do something, just once in a lifetime chance to come, especially with your links and with Shifu Bing, and coming as a lovely group together as well. And the build up, you know, you're helping us get ready for it, and that's all a part of it as well, isn't it? So it gives you some motivation to work harder, train harder, and that was, you know, a part of it too, definitely.
Wow.
And I enjoyed that build up.
Cool.
You know.
Okay, so it was no hesitation. You'll come to China.
It was going to happen.
What was it about that? Was it the group, the Tai Chi, the idea of China? Was there anything particular? Like,
I think just absolute combination of all of it. Really, it's perfect package.
Nice.
To do all of those things, to just adventure and go somewhere different and far away, and get to do the Tai Chi and the Kung Fu at the same time.
So how, I don't know what expectations you had or what you'd imagined would be challenging or kind of enjoyable versus the reality. What surprised you, or what's been exactly as you expected? Yeah, what comes to mind?
Well, my only biggest concern, which has nothing to do with the Tai Chi or Kung Fu, was I was worried that wouldn't be enough. I wouldn't have enough food.
Yeah, as a vegan,
as a
right?
vegan, but anyway, because I thought, like, you know, I snack quite a bit, and I just thought there'd be like these set meal times and there'd be nothing else I could eat in between, so I brought loads of snacks and stuff, but the meals were just so huge and amazing, you didn't really need anything in between, so that was nice. I thought there'd be less break time in between because we'd be training longer, but you know, and it worked out just nice, because I was thinking, you know, that's what I would have liked. But actually it was just right, the amount of training to be having longer breaks, and I thought was, you know, nice to rest a bit. My body ached more than I thought it would. You know.
It did ache?
Well, especially like, my legs, mainly my legs.
Yeah,
not in a muscle way, just like when you've done a really long walk and your legs were aching, and my knees as well. So it's nice to have time to just have a rest and really, you know, rest up a little bit in between.
Yeah. But what was the hardest point in the 2 weeks for you?
I think on day 5 I had a little bit of you know, come quite far with the learning with the form, and it was like, well, you probably know that when you're learning it, and you're doing a little section and it feels like it's really long, and then suddenly it goes whoop, and it becomes really short because you've managed to get it and compact it. So you feel like, oh, I've got that bit, and then you're learning the next bit. And then it's just like my brain just suddenly went to mush, and it was just like, couldn't process or think of anything anymore. So it was more mentally sort of like, oh, it's all going a bit out the window, and I knew that it was just that's going to pass, and then you crack back on with it again. So that was it really for me. Otherwise, yeah, I was quite pleased because I found it all okay and didn't sort of struggle too much. And the only thing I was a bit frustrated with myself was I couldn't bend down so much anymore and get lower, and felt like I couldn't do the positions properly because my knees were hurting quite a lot. So yeah, that's been the only thing that's just felt a bit not so good.
Yeah. Okay. How was the Chinese style of teaching compared to in Oxford?
A lot less teaching, I would say. You know,
more demonstration and do what I do.
Do what you do. I think sometimes it's nicer to have a little bit more instruction. So and I can see it actually totally, because it's good the way he did it, because he'd show you and he'd give us like 10 minutes and then he'd see that you're still not getting it, and then he'd go break it down. You know, and so yeah, it worked all right. You know, there were some times where he didn't do that, where I felt like it would have been nice to have had a bit more. You know, so when you did it with us afterwards, then you get a bit more, make sure you're really doing it right, you know, rather than being a bit unsure, am I getting it right, you know. But it's lovely to watch the way Shifu Bing moves, and just
incredible, right?
Just amazing. You could just watch him and just love it.
And then you got a chance to learn it in the context of Taoism and temples, which you all came from. What was your experience of visiting the temples? I know that you and I had quite a shared powerful moment with one goddess, right?
Yeah.
She really hit us both.
What was it?
Yeah, I think we both got really moved at the same time, right?
Yeah.
We just like couldn't leave.
Yeah, I didn't want to leave the room at all. I stayed in there a little bit longer, and when I came out, I felt quite emotional.
Yeah, me too.
And it stayed with. I didn't want it to not stay with me, you know, but it was so strong. So whenever I went back to the hotel, I went for a little walk, and I just felt it and thought, this is something actually I can bring back again whenever I like. And it kind of helped all the little petty things in life to fall away and feel what's really important, and the things that you maybe know you should let go of but you don't, or do you know what I mean, that sort of more important experience, that kind of it's hard to explain.
Because it seems, I mean, I don't know you very well, but it seems like with your work as a body psychotherapist as well, that, and with the Kundalini, that you've had a whole constant link between spirit, body, and physical practice, right? Has anything changed seeing these things that you did once a week in Oxford and seeing them within their spiritual context and the community which they come from? Has that changed anything for you? Now we're going to go back to doing them once a week in Oxford.
Yeah.
Is there something different for you now?
Yeah, I think just holding that deeper presence, you know, which is I think what I felt in the temple, you know, and that just comes and goes, doesn't it, in life? And you know, that's why I had a strong presence of that when I started with the Kundalini yoga. And things slip away and you get caught up with life. So it's good to have it's like a little jolt back into actually what is real, rather than the crap that we just get swept away with. So it's holding it, and every time you have something, it just cements it, makes it more strong and strong, doesn't it? And I think this is all so meant to be for me. Everything so slots into place. Like you said, the body and the mind. You know, only 4 years ago, my body, I was so disconnected from my body, and so I was just like, it's like this has been my journey. It's just to really fully integrate, and it's been great.
And do you think, has your body surprised you? Because I know you said the knee's hurting, but going back to what you said earlier on, that you did do Kung Fu a bit, then you pulled back to Tai Chi, to help your body. But you've done essentially Kung Fu training in the last 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Has your body,
but it doesn't feel like it so much because it's been slow, so not like the Kung Fu bit, but my body surprised me before we went as well, because I've always been like, I can't try it.
Yeah.
Chuck yourself out there
Right.
and see what can happen. It's easy to sort of sit and hide in your
Yeah.
beliefs of I can't do this and I
Right,
can't
right.
do that.
And the hike up to Jingding Golden Summit.
Yeah, I
You did
loved
it?
it. I loved
Yeah.
it, and there was no
You were fine?
like, there was no difficulty.
Yeah, amazing.
No like panics or it was great. Yeah, really
Amazing.
enjoyed it.
Thanks, Salima.
Yes.
Thanks for sharing your
You're
experiences.
very welcome, and thank you very much for bringing me on this wonderful journey.
You're welcome.